2K27's here. We're going to show you the map for 2K26, but we're going to give you a rundown of what needs to change, why it needs to change, let you talk about this as well in the comments so that we can share this with the devs and get through the new year started with everything possible. All right, so yes, this is the current state of the game when you see the map, and there's a lot of stuff all over the place, and I actually don't want all this stuff. Honestly, it would be this small. If you let me run it, I would basically condense every store into a mall, and it'll all be pretty much accessible in one door. You go into that door and all the stores will be in there, and that'll be where they advertise everything. That is the ultimate goal. And the reason I walked into here is because not only can I just make believe like this is the mall, but if I want, I can just click on the main area and go to every single store one by one, which is very cool for the triple threat area that they have this. And this is the best way to get all the stores in one spot. But you can also just walk in and do all of that stuff, which leads you to way more space in the game for more and better things. All right, and so we're going to talk about all that, and we want to get into the map and discuss it. In my opinion, that's change number one. And then when you look at this map, there's key points that you want to talk about: the event center, the NBA center, right? These two spots, we can basically put them right next to each other, literally, or in the same building, because the events for NBA should be in the events of the area. And what does that mean? Well, let's just go ahead and take a quick ride and look at the NBA facility. There's always events happening in the NBA facility. Why not make it another door? There's a player entrance for the league stuff, and then the event center would be right on this side. And that's what I think can happen. And what happens there, instead of having more space and all this extra nonsense to get around to, you can just easily access the event center or the NBA if you're playing offline. Now you're going to talk about these other modes that are here, not the stores. Starting 5, for example, Ante Up, another example, the Rec, and so much more. Guess what? You're going to create 2 different modes. Okay, you're going to have the competitive entry, which will have Pro-Am and Proving Grounds together with Ante Up if you want. Those 3 modes. Once you walk in, just like you do with Proving Grounds, there's 4 doors for the Proving Ground battles. Well, right next to it will be Pro-Am right over here where you just walk in. Then on the opposite side, it would be Ante Up. This just gives you more condensed city and less junk all over the map. In my opinion, that takes away half of the nonsense. And then we'll do the exact same for the Rec, for example, starting 5 and the theater. Okay, those are the 3 modes that need to come together and get locked in. And then, of course, as I talked about, the rest of these will be there. But again, it'll just be one area with the event center here, and then one center for the competitive side, and the opposite side will be the casual modes. And then the rest is basically our home base, Street Kings, all connected together. And then, of course, having the best part of it all, which this is the best thing that 2K did. And I talked about this like 5 years ago. We did a bunch of videos. Having the chance to change the parks. I've been asking them to change the parks every match. I know that sounds like a lot, but NBA Live has done it. NBA The Run is doing it right now. I mean, if video games have been doing it 10 years ago, why can't you, in my opinion? So right now we're getting seasonal maps. All right, so we got a decent amount of them already. And look at this bad boy right here. And I don't want to like spend too much time taping this, but as you can see, the one and the only O-Town. This is memory lane, let's just say. And it's just visually popping, you know, like I have a waterfront where I live, and I actually shoot basketball right in the water. Like I'm literally 10 feet away from the water. In the winter, it's too cold to play, but in the summer, it's one of the most beautiful things besides the wind. But this is exactly the kind of thing that you want. Look at this background, top tier, in my opinion. I don't know how y'all been feeling about this, but yeah, I'm loving it. As you can see right here, the dudes is 5 times rep. Okay, let's get in there. Probably go in there and play some. But the point is, this is the right move for 2K. My point of interest is every single match I play can be different. And what I mean by that is that the mode that I wanted, something that I wanted, which we'll talk about in the next video, is that I don't want to sit here and look for an open court. For example, I just want to match make and load into a court. So let's just say I hit the menu right now. There's no courts open, and I just say match make me on the threes court. Click the button, and it loads me in to this court. It puts me right here. And that will happen all the time. But what's cool is maps will change. It's not just one area. You see how we go to change servers? It won't just change who's in the server. It can change the map itself. So all of a sudden you're playing in dope areas and you got a variety of maps that you might like. And what happens is people will end up getting transferred. If the lobby's too packed, it will switch you off and put you into somewhere else. And if you're AFK, which we see a lot, 20 people standing in the loading areas, well, you go get put into somewhere where everybody's AFK. That's nothing to do with me. Let us active players stay together. And that would be a change that I would want for the city, so that it can be more poppin' and people are getting grouped together. And if they're all grouped in the map that they like, there you go. It's like voting in which map you want. Okay. And also, that was what I was suggesting too, is let us just vote which map we want. Forget about just changing it and hoping for the best. How about, hey, we all want to go to this map, and you load in there and you go with active players and you can go and battle and do your thing, which to me is the right answer. And as you can see, this is a cool city representation for the current game. I think 2K27 is going to have new things that they're going to try to add and mix it up. But yeah, and that's cool. And I got something even bigger than that I want to kind of talk about. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But let me know what y'all think about this whole system. I basically just want this square foot. We're putting all this stores into a mall. We're putting the competitive modes into this map here. It's just one room. You walk in and you can play. The NBA center and event centers all together. You just walk into different doors. Just make it easier to access everything faster without me goofing off with these silly vehicles. Riding a scooter, riding a little go-kart as an NBA player sounds ridiculous to me. You might do it on your off time, but damn, bro. I'm just saying. But those are some of the city changes personally that I would like to see. That is pretty basic, but I do have some matchmaking conversations that I want to talk about. Y'all let me know if y'all interested. Go watch that video. It's going to be popping up. Before anything else, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to show love and support. It's appreciated. I want y'all to remember that God loves you, and you got to love yourself and be good to others. Thank God for another day, and you good. All right. Take care. Stay blessed out there. We out.